Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kristen Brown. I'm a self-love mastery and relationship healing author and mentor. And today I want to talk to you all about how to handle someone that you're in a relationship with who is needy. We all know if we're dealing with someone that's needy, that it can feel like a heavy weight on our shoulders. It can feel very smothering. It could feel very overwhelming. And we may really enjoy this person and think they're an awesome person, but yet we feel this energy that is constantly coming at us. Whether it's just kind of passive energy that's very delicately pushing in, or it's really aggressive energy that's coming at us, it is something that is very uncomfortable because it really it feels like it's infringing on our free will and that we don't really have a say in this situation. So this is something that recently one of my subscribers asked in the comments of one of my videos, which, by the way, I would love to hear your comments about this video. If you have any questions about this video and this topic, just leave it below and I will be happy to address it for you. So today I'm going to share with you 7 tips how to handle somebody who is needy, or at least appearing as though they are needy to you. The first thing is, before I get started, is I'm not here to shame anybody that's needy. If you're new to my channel, shame is not allowed on this channel. We don't bully, we don't point fingers, we don't get aggressive with people that are functioning from their lower selves, because we are all works in progress. And the truth is that we are all the walking wounded. We've somehow been wounded in our life, and that has taken root within our brain, and it has started to form the way we act in our relationships. And it is actually part of our spiritual journey here on earth to acquire these wounds in the beginning of life. And then as we start to move through life, we heal those wounds. So no shame, no blame, no attack, no bullying on anybody who might be acting needy. In fact, there could be times in your life when you were needy. I know for sure there was times in my life when I was. So the first thing that we need to do when we're dealing with somebody in our life who is appearing needy to us is to reflect on what their needs are. What exactly is it that they are asking of us? Really sit back and pay attention and say, okay, this person is requesting some things of me. Is this reasonable, or is this not reasonable? Is there a line there? Could it possibly be that I'm just not showing up for the relationship, or I'm being very distancing, or I am hyper independent and I'm not actually showing up and giving the relationship what it needs? Or is it indeed that I'm spending lots of time and energy here, but it's never enough, that they always want more, 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 more? So a healthy assessment of what is happening is the very first step to handling someone who is needy. The second step is to have open and honest communication with your person using I statements, meaning you put yourself in the seat rather than you saying you're doing this, because the brain will process that as an attack, and likely the person will just immediately defend. They won't be able to hear what you are saying. So you can say something like, I feel overwhelmed or smothered when you constantly need my attention. The key is to come at this conversation rooted in love. If you are rooted in something else other than love, like judgment or frustration or anger, then likely that is going to bleed into the conversation, which is going to affect what could potentially be a really awesome outcome. The third thing is to be prepared for pushback, because many times people who are needy do not know they are needy. They do not know that they're pushing into you. This has been the way that they have functioned in relationships for so long, or have gotten their needs met in life, that this is on autopilot for them. And they just continue, reach out, want more. And they don't really yet know that they are being needy. So to call them needy, they may not see themselves as needy. So that's why, going back to the step 2 about the open and honest communication, is you just want to talk about the way it feels for you. And the pushback may come. They may try to attack you. They might try to turn things around on you. They may try to say, well, you never do blank, blank, blank. They might try to make you feel guilty for whatever time or attention that they believe that you should be giving them that you're not giving them. The key here is to be really grounded and rooted in your center, so that you know that, hey, I give a lot to this relationship, and this person is wanting even more. They're wanting me to go above and beyond, which is really exhausting and really tiring, and it's draining the hell out of me. So when the pushback comes, it's really important. If the pushback comes, it's really important that you stay very grounded in yourself and know what it is that you need to be able to thrive in life. And if this is too much for you, you want to hold that space in a very calm and grounded way so that the communication can stay clear. And the fourth thing is to listen to their side with an open heart and mind. Like I said, you never know what's going on within another individual. they may, if you give them a really great space to speak from, they may start to open up and talk to you about the feelings and what's going on within themselves. And then you have a beautiful arena to work with. You have a beautiful arena to start talking openly about what each other's needs are, or what's required in the relationship, or maybe you're not in the same level. Maybe they want something that you're not yet willing to give, whatever it might be, but you're going to be opening up a space of communication that's going to help you, if at all possible, to move forward and to grow together as a friendship or as a romantic relationship. The next step would be to set boundaries with them, but also with yourself. And I'm going to explain what this means. When you set boundaries with another person, you can say something like, hey, please don't text me or call me until after 5 p.m. because when I'm at work, I can't return your calls, that type of thing. But setting them with yourself means when somebody is pushing into our space, a lot of times we feel beholden to respond. We feel like we have to comment or reply right away, or we get frustrated that they're messaging us. And sometimes we don't even know. Maybe that person really doesn't require a response back immediately. Maybe that's just something that we concocted in our minds because we are some type of recovering people pleaser and we feel like we have to respond right away. So we start to resent the other person when really the boundary needs to be with ourselves. I know that I've had that exact experience because a lot of people, I have a lot of friends and family members that reach out to me pretty much on the daily. And I was starting to get overwhelmed and frustrated because that a lot of people, what appeared to me was pushing into my space. But then I realized, hey, they just love me. They want to talk to me. That's not their fault. They're not doing anything wrong. But I needed to set boundaries with myself. So I learned how to put my phone on vibrate, put my phone on do not disturb. And I learned how to only respond to things when I had the moment to respond to those things. And the next step is to practice patience. It takes a minute for people to unlearn the way they have been and to relearn a new and healthier way. It's the same for us, and it's equally as true for the other people in our life. So practice patience as this process is unfolding between this relationship that you have, but that doesn't mean to ever fold on your boundaries or to back down. That's not what patience means. It means to understand that your person is trying to learn something new. And this has been an ingrained pattern or habit for them for quite some time. So be patient as they start to work towards that. And anytime you see a win, something that they do that was really great, where you're like, wow, they didn't message me today, or they didn't get upset when I didn't respond back to them, or whatever it might be, when you notice that win, tell them. Say, thank you for that. I really appreciate that because I was allowed to have the space and energy that I needed to be within my own self so that I could accomplish whatever task it was at the time. And, or I needed that space to breathe or to read or to relax or whatever it was, and tell them that you really appreciate that. And that will encourage them to keep doing the thing that's working in the relationship. And the very last step is to reevaluate the relationship. As this starts to unfold, as you evaluate the relationship in the beginning, and then you have your communication, and then you deal with any conversations that are coming up, and then you set and maintain healthy boundaries with them and yourself. The very last step is to reevaluate the relationship. Is this working? Is this not working? Is this person starting to heal or shift or change or morph or evolve? Am I seeing an improvement here? Or am I just getting more backlash, more fight, more pushing in, more obsessiveness, more smothering? And if that's the case, the latter, where they keep pushing in and they're not learning anything, then that's your opportunity to reevaluate the relationship and to decide if this is a healthy relationship for you and something that you want to stay in. If you are someone who has difficulty saying no and you're just really learning how to set boundaries with people and to decline invitations, but you're worried about doing so because you're fearful of looking like you're selfish or you're rude or you're mean, then I invite you to download my free guide, Say No with Confidence, 25 Ways to Politely Decline Without Guilt. I'll put the link up here for that. I will also have it in the description below. I give you 25 pre-scripted ways to say no in a polite and loving manner so that you can maintain your personal space, time, and energy. And if you know you are a people pleaser and it's something that you want to recover from, then I highly recommend that you go and grab my book, The Recovering People Pleaser, a spiritual guide to reclaiming your true worth and attract the love you deserve. I'll put the link up here as well. And also in the description, you can find this book on Amazon. It's got amazing rave reviews, and it turned into an international #1 bestseller on launch day in a matter of hours. So until next time, everybody, remember that you matter. You are in charge of your life, and you get to say what is okay with you and what is not. So be strong and love yourself.